All right, let's hit it.
Now time for Roula and Ryan's prank
Here's
call.
what's not to do. You go to krbe.com.
Yeah.
Here's what's not to do. When you are trying to contact Special K for a prank call at krbe.com/prank call request. Let me give you an example of an application that came in.
You just type in little things like, who's this about? What do you want to do? What's your name? Yeah. Who
What time to call them? What's your name? What's your number? What's your email? Give us a concept or idea, including important things that would make them believe this prank call. And the concept is, prank my mom. Tell her I went missing, and please make it believable.
That's not good.
I don't think you can do that one.
That's like actually happening with AI. People are getting duped into like panicked and giving money for, I got your purse, and if you don't give us money, we're
Feels
going
like I didn't make a joke of that one, didn't you?
No. Make my mom think I've been trafficked.
No.
I mean, that's awful.
You know,
Sorry.
I have to draw the line somewhere, but today it's more of a gray line.
Applicant fail.
Yeah.
Rejection.
Let me first get this set up from Taylor here on the Roula and Ryan show. Going to tell us who we're pranking and how we want to do it.
Hey guys, it's Taylor. I am calling so we can go ahead and prank Derek. He got his car dented by a neighbor, and I would love for y'all to call us the apartment complex and complain that now his vehicle is unsightly or messing with the aesthetics of the apartment, and they would like him to park in the garage and ask for a time frame of when he will get that fixed. And the person that dented his car is actually works for the apartment complex too, so that doesn't help. He's probably going to get very upset when you call about this.
Taylor, thank you so much for the setup, and have a fabulous day.
Perfect. Bye.
Okay.
So what he should have done was go see our friend Tony at Katy Collision Center on West Little York in Katy.
Tony is the best.
Friend of the show. Love you, Tony.
Honest.
He
Yes.
really is. God, I love that. He's so honest with everything. And so I would point you towards Tony, but first let's call Derek. He is in this apartment complex with the messed up car. There's a white panel, okay? All the car is one color. The other piece is white.
Okay, so it doesn't match.
So it does not match. Let's call him, and that's just one of our complaints here on the Roula and Ryan show.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. This is Jaime calling from Lunch. Is this Mr. Derek?
Yes.
Hi there. I'm calling in regards to the multicolor car in our lot.
The what?
The multicolor car in the parking lot. I believe it belongs to you. It has a whole bunch of different colors and pieces to it.
Yeah. What are the colors?
It has a big white part on it that is not apparently painted. And unfortunately, we received some complaints about the aesthetics of it. And we really can't show any properties with your unsightly vehicle there.
Okay.
So perhaps you could move it to a different complex, or it's actually being considered two vehicles because of the two colors.
Okay. Well, it's not. It's getting painted now. So.
Okay, but so that white piece obviously came from another car, so that's why we're saying it's two cars. So now you have two cars there, and so we have to charge you double because you have all the cars.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Okay, so basically what had happened was you ran into another person in the parking lot, another resident. So we asked that you cease and desist from backing into any more vehicles.
Oh my God.
Somebody hit my car.
Yeah, but actually it says here that you aimed for one of our staff members' car because perhaps you were upset about something.
All right. Who said that?
Our staff member, he indicated that you may have beef. So if you need to come down here, we could sort it out.
Do you know his name?
I am not allowed to release that information in case you wanted to follow up with him and, attack or smash into his car again. He just fears that you are aiming for him and you have it out for him.
What the? So where do I go?
Okay, so basically, if you're here, you could come on down here right now and we could sort this out person to person, man to woman. So also, if you could are you moving the car right now?
The car isn't here.
Okay, good. So just don't bring it back because when we try to show other residents the complex, your car looks really unsightly. You know what I mean?
Okay, but it's the paint is being fixed though. It's not white no more. It's red. It's back to the same color.
Oh, so now it has three colors?
No, there's only one color.
But still it has pieces from other cars, so that's probably like a 2-car vehicle now. So if you don't mind paying the extra fee for the extra car,
There's no extra car.
could you please stop backing into people? Like, do you have glasses you could possibly wear?
Wait, what?
Glasses, like these things you put on your face so you could see better?
Hold on, I can't hear.
I don't need glasses
Tell her to hand you your glasses so you could hear better.
so I can hear better.
Yes, sir. Would you just agree to stop backing into people and having different color painted cars? Mr. Derek, I'm sorry. Are you angry again?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, I just didn't want you to be upset and, take out any more vehicles.
Okay.
Are you coming on down here?
What's the address?
Oh, no, I'm over here in the security booth.
Coming to the office?
Are you in the office?
Yeah, but, like, you're not menacing, right? Like, you don't have, like, a shovel or whips or anything or, like, chains. You're not going to hurt me?
No.
Do you know a tailor?
Oh, I know a couple tailors.
Okay, well, Taylor has put you on the Roula and Ryan show on KRBE. My name is Special K.
Oh my God! Are you freaking serious? I'm finna beat her. Like, are you freaking serious? Oh my God! I cannot believe this. Can I curse? Like, that's all right. I'm finna call her right now because that's some. All right, she got me. All right, she got me. I give her props. She got me.
Okay, well, listen, I won't keep you any longer. I know you got to go to work. So, do you have a message for Taylor we could send to her?
This is the prank war has officially started now. Now I'm finna get her back.
Can you say Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan show?
Special K pranked me on the Roula and Ryan show.
There you go.
Yay, Special K.
All right, Derek.
So is it 3 different colors now, your car? Oh, my God. If you would like to get somebody, go to krbe.com/prank call request. We have a woman who is really making her boyfriend crazy. She's putting out ads on things that he's not selling, and she texted during that prank call, we definitely need Special K to have Jaime call my boyfriend about the things he's not selling.
Oh, you know what? I can call him as 3 different people on all these different things that are for sale as 3 different characters.
Yay!
I love to do that.
Okay, we're going to save her number from text at 37530. If we can do that, that'd be so great. All right, coming up next, closure is something we do here on the Roula and Ryan show once a week. If there's somebody you went out with romantically, there's somebody you were friends with years ago, there's somebody in your family that won't return your calls, you've been ghosted, you just can't get a hold of them, and you're looking for closure as to why. What ended this relationship? We find you that closure next on the Roula and Ryan show.
That, my friend, is what they call
Closure. Go to krbe.com if you would like closure in your life. We have helped a lot of people in different scenarios.
Sometimes it's romantic. Sometimes it's like finding a family member.
Long lost teacher, mentor, someone who was a very close family friend. All different scenarios. Eric is on the case. They might not be answering your calls, but they're going to answer his. So let's find out who needs closure and why. Erica is standing by. Good morning, Erica.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. So
Thanks for joining us.
who is it you're looking for closure from?
So it's this guy, Thomas, that I've been dating.
Dating for how long?
Well, we've gone on 4 dates, but we had an incredible connection. I mean, just absolutely amazing.
Have you said, like, I love you?
4 dates and I love you?
Or slept together?
We have not said I love you, but we have been intimate on all of the dates, actually.
So on the first date, you went right for it.
Yeah.
What happens when you try and contact him? It's just nothing, ghost mode text, or have you not seen him on social media at all? Is he nowhere, or is he somewhere he's just not responding to you?
He's just not responding to me because I've texted him, I've called him, and absolutely no answer. And the thing is that, you know, I said we went on these amazing dates. Like, these were not ordinary dates.
What was that last date like? Did anything different happen that you can put your finger on?
Well, so the last date, he took me to a really beautiful restaurant, and we had just it was a very fancy schmancy place. And it was beautiful again, just amazing connection, amazing conversation. Like, we were laughing the whole time. You know, he asked me to spend the night, which, you know, I had spent the night all the other times. But yeah, I spent the night. It was wonderful.
At his place, so then that means he's not married unless it's some side place.
Yeah, no, he's not married. He's definitely not married, no. The only thing that was different, I would say, is that it was a weeknight. So, the other times our dates were on the weekend, and this is a weeknight. So he did have to work in the morning.
And you didn't?
I work from home mostly, and I actually had the morning off. And he got home from lunch, and we made love again. And then I texted him, and no response.
All right, well, you know what? If he's standing by, I don't
Yeah.
want to hang up.
No
Let's
need-
just get him on the
I'm
phone.
just curious if she has an idea. 'Cause
No
then
need to speculate, Eric. Let's just get him on the line.
What's his name again?
Thomas.
Good morning, Thomas. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. Thanks for being here.
Hey, yes. Thank you for having me. Hi, Erica.
Hi. Nice to hear your voice.
Thomas, you heard all that. Like, why have you ghosted?
Well, yeah, we spent the night together, and I did have to work the next morning, and I was kind of like, hey, you got to go. I need to lock up and go to work. And she was like, oh, no, just, leave me your key, and I'll lock up for you. And I didn't feel really comfortable with that, but I was like, no, you know what, go, and then whatever, I'll just come back at lunch and lock up. So, like, the idea was that she was going to go, and I come home for lunch, and she's still in my bed. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, she was supposed to leave, and I come home a few hours later, and she's still laying in my bed.
You're telling me that you were okay with her leaving your apartment unlocked, and you're more annoyed that she didn't leave your apartment unlocked and she was just in the
Now,
apartment?
was she going through your stuff or anything, or just she's just in bed?
She said she was going to leave, and I wanted her to leave. It's weird to think that your apartment's empty and then come home and there's a person in there that you don't expect to be there.
But also, you came home and you slept with me. If you were that upset about it, like if you were that turned off by it,
I'm not just going to say no.
I find that like really offensive, actually. Like, don't sleep with a girl if you know in your mind and your heart that you're not interested in her. Like, that's wrong.
Were you interested, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, physically, but like the fact that like after 4 dates and she wants a key to my place, I just thought that was a bit
Oh my
too fast.
gosh. I didn't want a key to your place. I wasn't trying to keep the key.
Thomas, were you more annoyed that she just didn't get up and leave with you in the morning?
It was the fact that she said she was going to, and then she didn't. And so that was kind of off-putting. Like, we made a deal that she was going to leave the place, and she didn't leave.
This sounds so odd.
There has to be something else. Come on, Thomas, tell the truth.
Thomas, come on.
Is it like a quirky thing about your stuff?
Is there more to this? Because that's lame to ghost her.
Come on, are you guys... You tell me you come home and there's a naked girl in your bed that you're into. Like, you're not going to kind of hit it one more time?
We're not talking about that.
We understand that, Thomas, but I mean, why
Wait, one more
would you
time.
ghost?
So you knew that was going to be you're annoyed, and then you decided I'm going to sleep with her one more time, but that's it.
Yeah, it would have been awkward if I, like, made her get out of bed naked and, like, leave. So I was like, well,
Oh, so that was your farewell.
Yeah, the morning of when you said, I'm going to work, and she said, well, I'll just stay behind and leave on my own time. In that instance, you thought, I'm breaking up with you now. This is too weird for me.
It was coming home and seeing her there, and I was like, all right, this girl is, like, a little too clingy. This is not my thing.
That was the moment you decided that I'm done because she was still there.
It was weird that she asked for the key, but I was going to let that go. But then the fact that she said she was going to leave, and she didn't leave, and I got home, and she's still laying there in my bed. 4 hours later, I was like, all right.
You should be grateful. You know how many
Yes.
guys, when they're
So
16, 15,
Dream
17,
of that.
You
We
dream of having a woman.
of this.
I'm so disgusted. Like, I tried to do something sweet for him. Like, I wanted to surprise him.
Thomas, why did you ghost her then? And you came on the Roula and Ryan show?
Because she was already getting, like, weird, clingy, and then I was like, if I say something, then she's going to start acting even weirder, and, like, it was going to become a whole thing, and I was like, just forget it, man.
So you're a coward.
Sure, yeah, I'm a
it's
coward,
easier
whatever.
for you to
yeah.
sleep with me, but you can't have an adult conversation with me. Like, you can have sex with me, but you can't have a conversation with me. That, to me, is wild.
Well, you got your answer there, Erica. It's over.
I sure did. I sure did.
And you know what, Thomas, that's really unfortunate because there are a lot of people who have been in the position where they were really feeling it for somebody and they thought everything was vibing at the same pace and on the same level. And then something rando like this happens and you're like, what? That's it? It's over? It's so insulting that you still slept with her. And now you're faulting her, like, why are you still in my house?
That's so weird.
That's so odd. Then don't sleep
Thank
with her.
you.
Tell her, please leave my space. I'm really weird about my space. It's not weird to me, but if you think it's weird, I just need you out of my
Well,
space.
he wanted to
I'll call you
have his
later.
cake and eat it
Thomas,
too.
we-
He just wanted to have it both ways.
Exactly.
Were you upset, though, like before when you saw her on the bed? Or was it an hour afterwards after everything was done?
That you were thinking she took advantage of my time in my house.
It's the fact that she said she was going to leave, and then she just stayed in my bed for all that time while I was at work, just laid there, even though she told me she was going to leave, and I told her I wanted her to leave.
Well, then you should have come home and said, hey, you know what? I'm not cool with this. Instead, you just slept with her.
Also, for nothing, I fell back asleep. Like, I wasn't just awake in his bed the whole time. I fell back asleep, okay? Sorry.
I appreciate that you told us about it, Thomas. 37530, guys. If you would do the same thing as Thomas, get so turned off that she's stuck around that you would break up with
anyone
her.
listening that's been turned off.
Because your person
Even
you
though
were really into.
You were turned on and then turned off.
Turned on by the physical, turned off by the fact the person was there too long.
Ridiculous.
Anyway, it's a topic for us to discuss next, I guess. Thanks so much for coming to our show, Erica. Good luck in the future.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. It is just it's hard to wrap
37530.
your
I'm
mind
still waiting
around.
for the answer on that, by the way.
I mean,
37530. Who thinks that's weird? That you left your apartment and the person said, I'll leave.
it's weird.
And you came back and they were still there having a sandwich.
Having a sandwich would be different.
Naked.
Look, if he came back and she was sitting in the kitchen and she'd made herself some food, and then he's like, you know what, this isn't for me. I think we need to part. That would have been acceptable. But for him to actually sleep with her and then say afterwards, or not say anything, just ghost.
Well,
So
he probably
here's
started
what-
thinking about it. Then he started thinking in his head, like, well, I mean, that was
leave.
fun, but yeah, that was kind of different.
Well, here's the consensus on text so far. I'll just read them as they come in. This guy's an idiot. Another person
Sorry,
said he
Thomas.
should not have slept with her.
No, you shouldn't.
Another person said, if I'm being honest, I feel like he did not think of her as a girlfriend material from date one, because he even said
Probably.
right now that he was into her physically. So I don't think he saw that much else with her,
Long
and that's
term.
why he's
Ding,
bothered.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Another person
Right.
said that Thomas has every right to be creeped out that a woman was still in his home. She's a stalker status, and I'm a female saying this. And then another texter says
no.
she did not respect his boundaries. He told her to leave. She said she would, and she did not. After 4 dates, absolutely not.
He may have been one of those guys who's just lived alone for a long time. I fell into that category for a while, where I just lived alone, and your apartment or your house, that's your sanctuary, that's your safe place, and you don't necessarily want other
But
people
if it's that
there.
big of a deal, then you say something right then.
Oh yeah, of
Although
course.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 guys would not pass up a woman
Some action.
No.
naked on their bed.
But bring it back to the people that
Oh,
you're,
you're still here?
married to, like your wife and your fiance. If that was your fourth date and they were hanging out, you probably wouldn't have been mad. I don't
Because
think
you're that into them.
Because
No.
you're that
He's not
into
that
them.
into her.
He's not that into her, and that was the.
Depends what your boundaries are. Like Ryan said, if you're like your stuff, you don't.
But really, that
I don't-
you would ghost your wife if she stayed longer than what you
No,
wanted.
because then you clearly didn't
You
love
liked
that
her
person.
so much, you'd be like, oh my God, this is bonus.
Those are
She's
the best
still
when you're
here.
together all
Yes.
weekend long. You're like, man, we spent the whole week, 3 days, Labor Day weekend.
That's
we
why
spent
I
the whole
think
week.
he's just not into her.
This person says, I agree with Thomas. She should have left when she said she was going to leave. That is infringing on his boundaries, but he should not have slept with her. People are giving him a pass for sleeping with her again just because he's a man.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
But is that okay too?
It's not good
he should have just
behavior.
been respectful. Like,
I mean, it's
if
not.
you're mad, you're mad. If you're mad, you're mad. If you're not into her, you're not into her.
Ben just in their brain.
He just
something
used her
happens.
then.
Yeah, the
He
last,
basically used
the
her, so
last
she has a
one
right to be
was-
mad for being used.
Yes.
And
That's
then
every
he didn't
guy's
respond.
dream when you're younger. You're like, all right,
Come home and
I
there's
just have
a
a
beautiful girl.
woman on
Well, no,
my-
you can't complain that you have a beautiful girl in your bed when the whole reason you ghosted her was because you had a beautiful girl in your bed.
Exactly, Sam. You tell him.
Sorry.
sucks.
Hey, we're not,
I'm
we're
just
not
like,
on
this
his
is so
side.
stupid. It's, yeah. He just
She's
wasn't
better off
into
without
her.
him.
Yeah,
You don't be used.
but it sucks that she
Unless
thought.
he was good, then maybe.
yeah, but she thought it was going
Yeah, that's
somewhere.
I mean, the thing about not leaving the space, she felt comfortable enough. She's that into him that she thought it would be a nice little exciting surprise that I didn't leave and I'm still here. But clearly she got her answer that he's really not that into her, but he's also not a dummy.
I don't think
if
she
he feels like
planned it.
having physical fun.
She said that
Yeah.
she just, quite frankly, fell asleep. You know how hard it is, especially if it's like a dark, rainy morning
I can't
and
sleep
you're
in someone else's
in
house.
bed.
Like,
No,
I feel weird.
I feel weird too.
A new environment.
And plus, I don't know where people have cameras anymore now. I'd be like, I'm being watched somehow. I better get out of here.
I feel like you're being watched.
Yes, because a lot of people who live by themselves or just even with whole
He
families,
lives in an
they've-
apartment. He does not have some kind of like
because
intense
Ryan, anything can
security
be a
system.
camera.
Perverts.
Anything can
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
camera. Anything. Haven't you seen all this, the reels? Anything can be a camera now. And absolutely, you see tons of reels of people's interiors of apartments, homes, condos.
That's where it happens the most.
When the
Apartments.
cat jumped off this and landed in the fishbowl, got out, and it was some funny thing. Like, I would have never known this happened if it wasn't for my camera.
And now people have those cameras inside their houses where you can
They
hear
do.
audio.
The
Yes,
ring.
yes.
It's like they have
Really?
ring cameras.
It's almost like a,
Because everything's going viral
I would think
now.
I'm being
and it's like-
watched. I'm like, he's probably watching that I'm still
Yeah,
here.
I wouldn't
better
want.
go.
I wouldn't want cameras inside. Like I've got cameras, all around the perimeter of the house,
I'm
and
sure
the yard
hundreds
and
of
everything.
thousands of people have cameras.
But be
out
careful about that. If you go to someone's house for a party,
I don't want.
and then you go to another room and you start talking
Yeah.
ish, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're
They
recording
can hear
stuff.
you.
I know a couple
Or-
that did that. They would go back and they would watch. That's what I knew. I'm like, I'm never hanging out with them.
Oh, they'd want to see if they're being talked about.
yeah. I'm like,
Or if
first,
you're
that's
selling your
weird.
house, if you're looking to buy a home, don't just assume it's only the front door ring camera that can hear you. You are walking through that house, say nothing. Say nothing. If you really want
Say
that
less.
house, say nothing. Because you don't want to say something that the homeowner is listening to the cameras to see what are these prospective buyers going to think of the house.
Or you
Aren't
do
they
say
get
something,
turned
Roula,
off.
on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Give them misdirection, misinformation.
No, because the problem with that is, Eric, people are so sensitive. If you try to throw them off the trail, like, I don't know, this kitchen's not that big enough. And then you're going to try and go for the house. It's like, what do you mean? They said the kitchen wasn't that big enough, so screw
No,
that.
I think
They
what
don't
Eric's
like my
talking
house.
about is like
No, you get
Like in what way?
misinformation. Like,
numbers.
I could do this, but they're just asking too much. Realistically, this is my bottom line.
Like, say it's a
I
good
won't
price,
budge on
it's-
this price.
Yeah, you just could say it's a little less. There's ways to work it.
Yeah.
Just be careful of those
And
cameras.
they watch
now.
you. They'll
It's
look
the
at,
same
they'll look at you.
concept.
Because I do that when I sold my house. I'd watch the people like go out to their car, and I notice if they were with the real estate person.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Still chit chatting.
15 minutes, and they look like 2 or 3 times at the house. It's kind of like when they leave you, and if they turn around and look at you,
There's
means
still
they're
a
still into you.
chance. But if
You're
they don't,
into the house if
it's
they look
over.
back
Yeah,
at it.
because you're not into a house, you just
They're
leave.
just walking out and they go to the car and they're out of there. You're not going to see them again.
Yep.
that's a looky loo.
If you want to find closure and get closure from somebody, go to krbe.com. Eric will get in touch with you and it'll happen for you. He tries his best to get those people to answer the phone so you can get your closure.
A lot of people say they have the cameras and they live alone, but they do that so they can watch their animals.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
saying. That's why.
what if your cat
Absolutely.
did some fantastical thing that ends up as a meme or some kind of viral reel? Like, I would have never known the cat did this.
I'd like to see what my dog does,
the
but it's
camera.
mostly just sitting
They
in his
sleep.
bed.
They sleep.
Also,
Dogs
you'd have to have
sleep
one
when
in
you're
like
not
how
there.
many rooms? Because I'm sure your dog isn't just in one room the whole entire day.
Gets bored, walks
Yeah.
around.
I would need one in like 5 rooms.
Most vets will tell you
Puppy
when you're
cam.
gone all day,
Puppy
your
cam.
dog's
I did
usually
have
just
one.
sleeping.
I did have a puppy cam. It was awesome.
I do kind of wonder what they do. I think they just
But
sit
they
by
have the ones
door.
that you can throw treats to as well. They're
What?
really expensive. Yeah.
There's a puppy cam that will throw a treat.
A treat
Yes.
dispenser?
Yes. How do you not know about this?
I'm going to have to look this up during the break.
Yeah.
And come back and be dazzled. Coming up next, what your favorite film...
Rookie dog mom.
It is. I am a rookie dog mom. I don't know this.
I'll show you what it is. I forget the brand, but
All
yeah.
of y'all know about this except me?
I mean, I've heard about
I've heard of it.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
they were
have it,
so
but I've heard about
expensive,
it.
so I never bought one.
Whoa, a
But
camera that throws a
Sam
treat to
keeps
your
waiting for me to buy one.
I know. I'm waiting
know.
for Eric to be like,
Because when Eric buys things, in 2 months he's done with it and gives it to Sam. Okay, what your favorite type of film tells us about you? Find out next in Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Arandas. First, I will start with how your favorite type of film can tell us more about you. If you are a fan, Sam, of things that are like murderous, crime-driven,
I know she likes podcasts, documentaries.
yeah, it makes you less reactive to pessimistic news because
does?
you're kind of desensitized.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're watching so much of that stuff. You're like, oh, okay. But people like me that I like light and bright things, like, oh, that's really funny. Or like I like comedies or things that are going to have a good ending. It absolutely destroys me when I get negative like news headlines.
I bet Sam just lives in a nice world because she doesn't follow
I live in a bubble.
like CNN, Fox
Absolutely.
News.
I don't follow
Yeah.
politics.
News, what's
I don't
going
follow-
on. Just
yeah, I
life
live
is
in
better that way.
a little bubble, and ignorance is bliss, and I'm fine with that.
If you're a fan of
Except for
action
rapid fire.
films,
I mean,
Which is
that-
coming up in
that
like
clearly
13
shows
minutes.
Yeah.
My ignorance is bliss.
if you're a fan of action films, you also react strongly to negative, emotional, pessimistic information. Action
Really?
films and comedy fans.
I feel like
I like it all.
I'm getting burnt out on action films, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've seen so many my whole life, and they're just not as good as they used to be.
They're
or
not.
they're just...
No, they
Yeah.
just follow the standard playbook.
They just throw on Netflix. They'll say, "Okay, we'll put Ryan Reynolds in it." And
Yeah.
Yep.
what was that one, Dead Six or whatever? The first 20 minutes was
yeah.
just nonstop racing with the car and there's fighting. I'm just like,
I'm
it's
dizzy.
boring.
That's why I can't watch it. The Expendables to me is boring. It's just nonstop shoot.
like John Wick, and I do love John Wick movies.
John Wick was fun though,
but
there's something about that.
he only says like 4 words a movie.
Yes.
Really, does he?
He
I don't know.
doesn't say anything,
That's
really.
I think it's the style in which they shoot it. It's just so choreographed and so well done.
Well, there's now like a TikTok where it's split screen. It shows the action scene where he's on a motorcycle fighting these guys with swords. And then they have the split screen where he's on the green screen. And the guys are on a fake bike and they're pushing it up to him or they're...
Oh, that's cool. I
get
would like
those
to
too.
see
It's kind of neat to
behind
see
the
how
scenes.
they do that. But I thought they at least were in a real street.
You'll have to next time you get one, please send that to
I'll
me.
send that to
I
you.
have that
They
hasn't
do that
popped
with
up.
the Marvel movies too.
Yeah.
Like the
They just
MCU
slap
that
a
shows the
Marvel on
green
something.
screen, split screen.
That's cool.
Special K, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm calling you to the plate because Entertainment Weekly has a great article about the most awkward TV dinner scenes in film history. And one of them features a character that Kevin does in an excellent way. It is from the movie The Birdcage in 1996. If you've not seen The Birdcage, it is Nathan Lane and Robin Williams, who are a couple who run a drag show in South Beach, Miami, whose son is in love with a girl whose father is a very conservative politician. And the conservative politician is coming over for dinner, and he can't know that this is a gay couple. It's a gay couple.
Oh, no.
With a cabana boy as a chef. And it is Hank Azaria is playing the house manager, I guess we can call him. He doesn't like to wear shoes. They've dressed him up like a perfect butler, and he is in charge of dinner. And what does he choose to make? Some kind of a rando red soup with whole boiled eggs in it. And he serves it.
That is the main course.
Oh, yeah, they're like,
That is the main course. The main course what?
Serve us dinner already.
Good evening. May I take your purse as usual, or for the first time?
What is your name again?
Agador Spartacus. You cannot handle my Guatemalans.
Gosh.
I've
What are
been.
these dishes, Agador? What is these dishes?
What's in the bottom of this bowl?
What's in the bottom?
Oh, yes.
They are playing hopscotch. I think she said that. Are they playing hopscotch? What are these
doing
boys
gymnastics or
doing?
something?
Oh, let me put something in there.
Greek Olympians?
You need more soup. Obviously, you
If
need
you've
more
not
soup.
seen The Birdcage, just for your own sake, go to YouTube and watch the dinner scene from The Birdcage. It is so awkward, but hilarious. Other dinner scenes that made the list, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, where they're sitting around a table full of sponsored food.
Oh, yeah.
KFC, Pepsi, Coca-Cola,
I'm gonna come at
Domino's.
you like a spider monkey.
Yes.
That's how
and,
I feel like people at NASCAR, they have all those items.
all the
everywhere.
sponsored
Is it
items.
just movies,
It's
Rolla?
Walker. It's just movie dinner
okay.
scenes. Walker and Texas Ranger are threatening Grandpa. I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey, Chip.
What about the kid, the chubby kid in Nutty Professor?
That one's not actually on the list. I
Is
can't
that
believe
what
you're
they all
right.
did? But they kept
All of
laughing
the
at
Eddie
the grandma.
Murphys
Oh, yeah.
are playing all the different characters of the Nutty Professor's family, except for the one big
man, that's
kid.
good.
He was also in Old School.
Was that
he
who
was
he
the
was? He
big
grew
kid
up?
pledge in Old School.
Oh, where they tied the cinder block and
yes,
he
and made
fell
them
off
jump.
the roof.
Yeah, that's a really funny dinner scene. Not really awkward.
I can't remember what happened, but I just remember everyone was dying laughing.
Everyone's just, I mean, I think it's more funny than it is awkward. Entertainment Weekly labeled this the most awkward dinner scenes. From 2006, they labeled The Breakup, where Jennifer Aniston's character and Vince Vaughn's character are dating, and it's her family and his family who've come to dinner, and they get in a giant fight over the lemons. Like, he didn't bring enough lemons home, and she asked for 12 lemons, and he brought 3, and she needed it for the centerpiece. He doesn't help. He doesn't want to help. And it's this whole thing. And then the brothers, like the ringtones or whatever his musical group is.
The Tone Rangers.
The Tone Rangers.
The tone.
Rangers.
And he starts singing.
He does some show on a game show network, that guy.
Yeah, he does.
He's the one from Pitch Perfect. He does all the
Oh,
play-by-play.
that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Family Feud type game. It's
America
a survey.
Says.
remember
or
that.
surveys,
America
America
Says.
Says.
Yeah.
It's like a knockoff on Family Feud.
Yeah.
That's
And
actually
then
better.
Another awkward dinner scene that made the list, 2001's Legally Blonde, where Elle Woods thinks she's about to get proposed to by Warner. When in reality, he says, I'm actually going to break up with you. I just need a serious girlfriend. I'm going to go to Harvard Law.
Gross.
What? And then she's crying walking home.
Was he in the second one, or was he done after the first?
No, he was done after the
He didn't
first.
come back.
Let's see what other movies made the list of awkward dinner party scenes. My Best Friend's Wedding, which I didn't think it was awkward. I just learned about the Dionne Warwick song about
Take a
I say
Chance
a
on
little
Me,
prayer
or-
for
that's
you, where she's faking being engaged to Rupert Everett in front of Dermot Mulroney's whole family,
Or
and they're in
in-laws,
a
future
crab
in-laws.
shack. They're basically in a crab shack, and they're all eating crab. And the whole restaurant breaks out into a Dionne Warwick song. Let's see, Wedding Crashers, 2005, where the then unknown to us the way he is now, Bradley Cooper, is talking about the seals he saves. And then Owen Wilson just can't stand him, so he puts Visine in the red wine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's
Back
such a
then-
jerk, man, in that movie.
He was such
good.
a jerk. He was a bully. Go to EW.com and you can see the whole list of all the awkward movie dinner scenes and just, run down memory lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
The Katy ISD School Board has amended its library policy 3 times since it went into effect about a year ago. Now, a 4th change adds books on gender fluidity to its list of banned content. Quote, gender fluidity materials are complex, confusing, and should be addressed with parental guidance, not suitable for lower grades. The Katy ISD School Board president said, he made that statement. Meanwhile, the Fort Bend ISD board approved a library book policy that critics have called the most restrictive in the state of Texas. The board voted 5-2 to approve the policy that allows the superintendent to have the sole authority of which books get banned. He can just say, it's banned. And that's what's going down in H-Town. I want to get going because the rapid fire quiz is coming up.
We've got a chance for you for a 2-night Omni Houston Galleria hotel stay, and you become a finalist to win a cabana if you pick the correct Roula and Ryan Show player that's going to win this game.
Who won last week?
The rapid fire quiz was won by Eric
Le
last week.
champion. Right.
Les
Champion.
That's
champion.
actually plural champions.
I don't care. I am the champion of everything.
Oh, wait.
LES is plural.
Did you hear that? I'm the
Les
champion of
champions.
everything.
Okay.
Champion.
I won
then
10
what is what?
times.
La champion.
La 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 la.
Okay,
Les
here we
winners.
go.
Les losers.
La loser.
833-390-KRBE. Who's going to shut this guy down? 833-390-KRBE. Pick one of us, Roula or Eric or Kevin or Sam or Ahmad, to win this for you. And we get the belt, you get the Omni Hotel.
Let's do it.
Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.